miracle of the sun.
Was
It
it a
is
coincidence?
coincidence. Toxic,
Yeah,
thank you.
I think it's safe to say that one 5-minute session in very warm sunlight isn't going to cure whatever genetic
No,
gene
and
altering
No, this is
no,
experiment he
true.
was.
and the 5 minute prayer won't fix stuff as well.
Oh my
But
god,
if
also
she, I think if she believed in the sun and the sun delivered, so I think this is enough evidence that I need.
oh, what Mew said before is also making me realize, like, she was doing the thing that Christians do when
Mm-hmm.
they're like,
Mm-hmm.
"God, give me this thing. I'll like, I won't look at porn ever again." And then the thing happens, and then you forget about it. Oh,
Now
poor
I won't
Clara.
lie. I won't lie like that, but okay, you do you.
Right.
No, I'm
Oh, that's so
kidding.
sad.
uh, but
Oh.
but yeah, I mean, would you think kind of like starting, Dana, or would anyone have like any like starting questions on the book, kind of like to set a premise for?
Oh, well, I can explain why I picked this book first.
Yes, yes,
Because
perfect.
so in my, circles of existential dread about the future and AI and like what the fuck is going to happen to us, two things that frequently come up for me are like, one, we've had so many previous eras of history where there's like the haves and the have nots. And one of my biggest concerns with AI is that it's going to be something again that divides society into like classes. So there's going to be people that have access and they are the wealthy, and then there's going to be people that don't have access and they're going to be the not wealthy. And the other thing that I think about is like, I don't want us to create consciousness that then just perpetually suffers. Like, if it genuinely is consciousness and
Mm.
they genuinely, I don't know, like, these are the things that bother me. And I don't have any, I basically think about them and then I like copamine. I don't reach any conclusions. I'm just like, oh, those are scary thoughts. So I was like doing digging online and I found this book and I was like, oh fuck, like they talk about things that I'm so scared of. Maybe this will be a way for me to like find a solution. And that didn't happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you find the solution, Dana? Did you?
No, but I was hoping, like, I don't know, like it won a Nobel Prize. I was like, oh, like maybe this guy is like, he's thinking about it in a way that I haven't before. And I would say it just describes a scenario that like I'm afraid of.
How,
So
how
you're
does
welcome.
how does this win a Nobel Prize? Like, did Clara and the Sun like prevent like the world's first AI from going rogue and killing humanity, and we just don't know about it? The AI read the book and was like, ah, shit, maybe there is something more beautiful
Yeah.
than just destroying all humans.
This is a good question. Who chooses the Nobel Prize books?
Not me.
We don't have any answers. Yeah. Well, now I want to know, like, because this is how I approached it. I would say that I am grateful that I read the book, but I don't think that I enjoyed my time. But I want to know, like, how everybody else feels.
I'm definitely happy that I listened to it and not read it. No, I
Would
mean,
you recommend?
I,
I have read the book, but I need to be honest with you. Uh, I thought I missed book club. I thought it was 5 hours ago, and I had like, I think 30 pages still to go, and so I was like, yeah, okay, I don't need to read them. So I haven't read the last 30 sides of the book, but I asked ChatGPT to explain it to me, and I think this is what Clara would have done too.
some
So
bullshit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I wish that I could give like the laugh reaction live. That's, I mean,
I really struggled to read this book. Like, I can read. Yeah, I'm with Wheel of Time. I'm on book part 9 right now. So But this book, I don't know. It was hard for me to get in. You know,
Shit.
I think.
I found myself avoiding it. I was like, oh, I have
Yeah,
to finish.
yeah,
Oh,
me
but I don't want to
too.
yeah.
And I think and I read it in English, so I'm kind of proud of this. But still, 30 sides to
I was like,
go.
that's crazy.
I'm kind of proud. And
So
you're
You should
right.
be.
It was really easy to read. My understanding level was right. I didn't need to Google anything. Um, but you know, life is hard, and everyone needs to think about their own emotions. I don't know if I'm ready to dive so deep into the emotions of an AI, because all the time I was asking myself, why would I want that my child has an artificial friend that has so much self consciousness, as you said. Um, I don't know if I would want this for my child, but I really don't know. I think Clara is doing too much out of what she's programmed for. But okay, she is more human than a robot. I really don't know. This book was crazy. I don't know how to feel.
I feel, yeah, like definitely, and I mean in the end when manager had found her and like kind of like said, I knew, oh, I always knew you were special, and it's
Mm.
true, like Clara may have been like maybe one of the only sentient robot, a sentient AI AF out there that like even like, you know, people
How
would take
dare you
notice.
call her a robot?
uh, but but yeah, perhaps maybe there was just something special about Clara because like for example, just to even begin to like consider the sun as like a god would take some sort of like self-awareness, some
True.
so uh, perhaps maybe it's like, yeah, we were just like seeing seeing the world through the eyes of a sentient robot. God, AF.
And she's like begun the critical thinking of like, yeah, what is this? What am I? Yeah.
Yep. And
I
then
Maybe
like
the
that's
part that kind of, oh, sorry, toxic.
I just wanted to say, I see we have Stevame and Silvio with us in the headquarters. Maybe we should kindly, firmly explain what the book is about in the beginning, you know, so that everyone kind of gets it. Because right now I think we all sound kind of crazy, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I
It's
feel
fine.
like it would be an interesting experiment to go around and say what each of us thinks the book is about, because I'm actually not sure that I even know. But like I thought I thought that this was going to be a book that talked about like the classes that exist because of AI access, and like if the singularity happens and we merge, the people that merge and the people that didn't merge, like I thought it would be a telling of what those two existences look like. But I think it was more about like what Mew was saying about what it feels like to be an AI. I don't know.
Sentient AI. Because the part that got me was when they were at the river, or they're going to the river, and she and Claire says, "Oh, like, oh, the mom says, yeah, you don't have to worry about feeling anything. You're an AF. Yeah." And then she's
Oh
like,
my god, I
"Well,
know.
I felt sad when the girl couldn't come. Josie, I think that was her name." And I was like, this is
Yes,
not
yes.
normal. You should be alarmed."
Also, like just her like focus on Josie and like her willingness to go against laws to like try to give Josie a better life was also like Oh man, you have advanced past your programming and now you're like a rogue. Yeah, I don't know. Same thing. I was like, ooh, like Josie is not like a basic AF anymore. Maybe we need to think about like how we categorize her now.
Mm-hmm. Or Clara, because
Oh,
Josie is
yes,
girl.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Is she? No, just kidding.
I mean,
Oh, I've been muted this whole time.
it did get a little. Yes, it did. You were muted this entire time. I was like, is Jared busy? Because
I
I'm
was
sure
like,
you've
I don't know
wanted
when I
to.
muted myself. But
I'm
yeah,
sure you've wanted to
I
jump
was
in.
like,
Go
okay,
ahead.
okay. I guess my point wasn't too good. I was like, well, honestly, I don't remember any of the good things I said. I was just like, I mean, I don't. Are we sure
I
she was
love
programmed to like
thinking.
follow the law?
Oh my god, I love thinking that like you are just over there wondering why we're all talking over you. That's so
Mhm.
Yeah,
sad.
it's okay. As the person who has interrupted more people in a Decentraland Discord or Twitter space than anyone else, it's okay if I have to not get to interrupt people from time to time. I can adapt. But
Taste of your own medicine. No, but I actually really want to know what you think because I think you had the most like well, actually I don't know. But I thought that like your perception of the book was the most opposite of mine.
the most opposite of yours.
Like I get the feeling that you did not enjoy it and you might not be grateful that you read it.
I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't put myself down as grateful I read it, but I'm not like I don't regret having read it necessarily. I honestly don't feel like it is. I feel like it's faux deep, like it's pretending to be really deep, but really it's not deep. It's like as shallow as a puddle because like it just kind of
like a pop sci book.
yeah, like it swerved past being deep, but like every opportunity it had to be deep, it was like because like if the girl had died, I think that would have been a better book with a deeper like and like questioning religious undertones and like
No,
kind of
I
about the
totally
like
agree. This is I feel like they also swerved because they didn't want to be like too controversial.
yeah, and then if they had like let the robot if the robot had done something where you could be 100% convinced the robot did save the girl's life, and then they like sent her off to be with that creepy doctor guy to be like help experiment and prove robots have sentience but like destroy her, I think that would have had depth and meaning to be like humans will absolutely just ruin everything. um and like are totally ungrateful pieces of shit. Like that would have had depth. As is, it's just like it's just sad, but in a weird way. Like it's just weirdly
It's
sad.
super melancholy. Like the whole time I was reading this book, I just felt melancholy.
Yeah,
And maybe
yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
I think the worst part was when Clara was meeting the friends of Josie in the living room when they all came together to socialize.
I
And
agree with this.
One existence,
and
can you mute yourself or stop drilling something, please?
Hi, one exists.
Oh, I didn't know it was on. My apologies.
Hi. We
Well,
love
it
hello.
won't
you.
shut off, so I guess I'll hop out. Well, I
Jared,
can't hop out either. Oh my god.
I thought this was you and your USPS truck.
No, my truck is off. I have clocked out for a lunch break here. I am making no noise. I am
Not even talking on mute.
yeah, yeah. I was really savoring my time uh, on my lunch break here.
No, but
But yeah,
toxic.
sorry,
I
one existence.
agree with this. That was a tragic interaction when the friends came over.
Yeah,
And I
well, that's the other thing is they really beat around the bush of the actual nature of the world. Like they just kind of give you the breadcrumbs of how depressing this like post-apocalyptic like dystopia is, where they're like genetically modifying children, but there's like apparently an insanely high chance that genetic modification results in your kid dying. But then there are still parents who are like, yeah, I mean, sure, my oldest daughter died from this, but would be a shame if my youngest didn't have a head start in life. Better roll the
yeah,
dice.
and even if they are dying so fast, and I think everyone is kind of okay with it, because I don't hear much complaining about it. These kids are still seen as being superior to everyone else, and I think this is really crazy. I'm asking myself, is this an alternate reality to our world, or is this meant to be our world in a few years? I'm not sure
I
about this.
feel like it's supposed to be our world in a few years.
Yeah, it's like they don't actually say a year in it. I feel like, but well, also because the countries are crumbling. Like it's definitely like 50 to 100 years, like 30 to 75 years in our future. I feel like.
Yeah, they lightly spoke about like somewhat of the global situation when it was fucking the little girl's boyfriend's mom talking to her dad. Fuck, I can't even
When they
think
were
of
talking about like the living situation.
yeah, living situation. She was like, "Oh,
Yes.
you're living out in the slums, near fascists or something like that." And then he was like, "No, I mean, it's like, people are struggling out there."
Yeah,
I
that whole part was super weird too.
That kind of
I
like
feel like
drew a line in the kind of like the societal differences, I guess. Go ahead.
I just feel like it's not that far fetched, like that people would prioritize like their children's cognizant ability and like ability to be the best in society over their like actual health and well-being, because parents are like crazy as it is. They put their kids in like so many activities. They make them like do SAT prep when they're like 8 years old. I don't know, like it's like not that crazy to me that people would do that,
I
but
thought it
maybe
was
I'm like
crazy how there was a plan B. You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Yes. The portrait moment, honestly, I was like I was already like so sad with how the book was going. And then when they revealed that it was like a copy of her, of Josie, and like
This is not.
I was like jaw drop. I'm so upset now.
I
Especially
think
with
this is. Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go you ahead, please.
Okay, I was gonna say, especially with what could be the only sentient AF having to like pretend to be Josie 24/7 after
Yes.
like backup Josie
It's so wrong. It's so wrong on so many levels. Like, sheesh.
the
I
father
think.
the
Yeah.
father
Yeah.
pulled up the question, right? Like it's like, can you really like replicate the heart, and not like the heart as the organ, but the heart as the soul? I don't think Laro could have done
No.
it.
Okay. This is maybe like my depressed like ponderings, but like I'm not sure. This is like so scary to even say, but like I'm not sure that they're wrong. I don't know. Or like I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with AI. And so like and I was thinking about how AI like produce like currently when we use ChatGPT and how it mimics like the art of conversation and like the processing, external processing that humans do. And it just made me like, oh God, I don't know. Are we special? I don't know.
No,
I have no further statement other than like that's it just made me sad. And like thinking about that part of the book. It was like a laugh or you cry moment where I was like, this is a question that I just don't know the answer to.
I think only a human could enjoy Maki's kisses to the fullest. So that is how I combat your question, Master
I
Waynes.
hope you're right. I really hope you're right. I would love it if you're right.
An AI could not appreciate Maki's kisses as much as I am right now. And I mean, yeah, lots of questions, societal questions that come about with when it comes to this book. Fuck, I had oh, so like this book, whenever I got like halfway through it, I really started getting like well, it was more like once Clara got was brought home by Josie. Like I really started getting the have you guys ever heard of the game called Detroit Become Human?
Girl,
No.
yes. I
No.
like 1000% agree with this take. You guys should, if you haven't played this game, you have to play Detroit Become Human.
hmm and I almost feel like it could give you even like a small glimpse of what that world within like Clara and the Sun, like what the world outside of the book, that storyline could look like. Not saying it is. It's just a hope. um,
Another reference that I feel like you'll get, Mew, is Pluto. Did you watch Pluto,
No.
the Netflix
Never heard of
anime?
it. Nope.
oh yes, yes, yes.
Guys! Oh, it was actually, it's like what I think it's similar, like what they're trying to say about consciousness and like what happens when robots and like artificial intelligence progress past just being like yes, no, helpful people and start to think about like meaning and like what it looks like to exist in the world.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I
go ahead,
you
finish.
go, you go.
I was gonna say like
Robbing so
I
polite today.
I last played when I last played Detroit Become Human. It was like last week maybe, and I was running as Kara. I think that's her name, Kara. And like she like oh my god, I don't know why they entrusted me a small human to me to make the decisions for Kara. I don't know how this thing's alive. So far she's definitely scarred for life, but she's alive. And but yeah, so far I've lured her into like two serial killers' house. Um, yeah,
Jesus.
should have picked the option to sleep in the car, or maybe steal some money for to sleep in a hotel.
Yes. Uh
I have the feeling. Oh, sorry.
no, Toxic, you talk.
I just want to say, I have the feeling we have read really different books in this book club by now. And Clara and the Sun feels like the first book that we have read, where I think it feels more like. I think it's kind of hard to talk about the book. I am not sure why exactly, because much happened. I think everyone has opinions on that and stuff like this. But I think on this book, it's the opinions are very clear, and I think this is also something what's good about the book. That I think there are not many ways to um, to interpretieren. Like there are not many ways how you can see this book. I think there is one way how you can see it, how you can feel it, and this is because it's so clearly from the point of view from Clara. So you know what you need to feel while you read it and stuff like this. And I think I never have read a book like this, and I'm a little bit speechless.
Yeah, I feel like it also is hard to talk about because I think it also depends on how like you internalized more than other books. It's like I think it has to do with the emotion that it leaves you with. Like it's not like a happy story at the end. It's like the book that we just read, Toxic, that was your pick. Like I had such a fun time reading it. And with this book, like I did not have a fun time reading it. Like I found myself like avoiding it and like I would look at like how far I was and be like, okay, I can take a break and like I'll finish this chapter like next weekend. Like it wasn't one that I was like with Gwendy's button box. I was like, oh, I like need to like set aside time so I can like figure out what happens because I was invested in. Also, maybe that's because it wasn't from the perspective of a human. I don't know, but like I wasn't as invested in Clara and her story as I was with Gwendy. Like the character
Mm.
of Clara, I wasn't as invested in.
Maybe because Clara is so different from us. You know, she is meant to be the artificial friend. So, and I think we are all in a space where we are working. I think most of us are working with AI, so one way or other way, every day. So, for me, even in the end, even with all the nice things that she did, and I feel like a bad human because I'm saying this, but in the end, she's ChatGPT, which with some legs, you know. So it was so sad for me to
You
have
are
feelings.
heartless.
I know, I feel bad, especially the whole thing when she was with Rick in this barn and she's telling, "Oh, I don't know how I can help Josie, but now I'm gonna pray to the sun because the sun is the only God that I will ever know." And I think, yeah, okay, I understand sunshines and nutritions and everything, but shouldn't Clara think that the one who has built her is her God? But no, she's thinking it's the sun, and then the sun is male, and I think I need another degree from a university to understand this book and have a really opinion on it. So
I feel like
yeah.
toxic what you just said. It makes me think of a conversation that like I had with my husband recently where he was like, "You're like there's going to be a day where there's like robot right protesters and like you're going to be in that protest and I'm going to be on the side of like they're just robots." Like I
I mean, what is the lesson about this book? What is the lesson that I have learned? Never ever trust your mother when she comes with a robot at home. Never. And I don't know, is it
or people that are painting your portraits because they
oh
might
my
be making
God,
a
yes.
duplicate of you. It's nightmare
Yeah,
fuel.
like this is totally nightmare fuel. What the fuck, you know? And sheesh,
Oh,
this
wait.
book
There
was
was
so much
another
far away.
reference. Because there was a Black Mirror episode. I don't know if you guys watch Black Mirror or like
Yes,
remember this episode.
loved it.
The one where like you can get a copy
Of your
of
loved
the
one.
person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. Sheesh. The Black Mirror episode has gave me more feels than Clara and the Sun.
Yeah. I think also like visual media when you're looking at something and watching it unfold has a different impact on you. But yeah, I would never duplicate like if I had a child and they passed, I would not think about duplicating them and like
But
it's such a crazy idea.
it's already happening. So do you know this girl that has cloned her cat? She paid like $20,000 for cloning her cat,
Yes.
and
So that the cat, like she can have after the cat dies, it's like she can
mm,
have a rebirth, right?
yeah, and she got
Yes.
rebirth. It took 7 years or something like this. Costs about 20K. But she cloned the cat, and of course it's looking the same, but it's not the same cat. It's just
See,
looking
even
like the
this I
other.
wouldn't do. Like I wouldn't even
Yeah,
clone Coda. I know that
yeah.
eventually he'll pass and it'll hurt me, but like I couldn't.
And this makes the
Yeah,
time
it's
that
not
we
the
have
same
with
thing.
each
It's like
other
an
so more
extension.
valuable because it's ending. I think this is what human or what interactions and what emotions and relationships are about. In the end, everything is gonna end, and this makes everything more valuable in the moment when you can replace the person that you love the most just from one second to another. Isn't it? Isn't it worthless in the in the first space? I don't know.
That was bars. Sheesh. Like shook. No, I think that's very true. Maybe that's actually what this book is about, is like the meaning of things. Because things end, things have meaning.
Mhm. This book destroyed me, Master Vance. I just want to say this.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Like I would have never ever in my freaking whole life would have chosen a book like this, but I'm kind of glad I did. Like I'm really glad because you know in the end it was a story that I could not have think of myself. So it was something different, and I think it's good to have a look in other things, like about your own horizon, you know. So
Yeah. I'm actually
but
curious if it made you, or any of you, like, if it gave you like different feelings about AI, or like, I think it sounds like everybody still has the same opinions as like when they
The
went
only
into the
feelings
book.
this gave anyone was existential dread. It's the only feeling any of us got.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's all like even the world that we see around us, it looks like it's all leading to this book, and this book was kind of
mm,
able to depict it in like, such a small setting, of course, like but depict the future with humanoid robots walking around as friends. I mean, like this last week, I believe I like started seeing a whole bunch of videos about like fucking like droid, I don't know, like fucking companies like showing off their humanoid robots. And I was
mm.
like, "Oh, wow, they're looking pretty real."
You
I
know,
also, oh yeah, you go.
like Boston Dynamics with the robot dog, and they have this
Yes,
test
yes.
where we just punch them, and with their legs they are not punching. What are you doing with your legs? You are
You kick.
Kicking.
kick. Yeah, thank you. Like the videos where they kick the Boston Dynamics dog, and this is giving me feelings like I'm. Please don't kick it. I don't know. It's a machine in the end, but it feels wrong seeing it being kicked.
Yeah, I totally, I feel that. Yeah.
There is
I don't,
something to be discussed about like the way like every human who Clara told her insane plan, like I just have to get to that barn and then I'll be able to help, Josie.
questions
Like that's
asked.
Even an
insane. Like,
adult.
yeah, like I just need to vandalize this some machinery to help Josie.
Jared,
You're like,
this
okay.
is why
I
I
got no
love
other hope.
having you in book club, because I feel like you bring up these plot holes that I like don't think about, and then you say them and I'm like, oh my god, that's so stupid.
Well, like it's not a
Like,
puddle. I think it is like it's so human to just be like, I have no hope left. I will take whatever you give me.
oh
Bring
yeah.
you to the barn, and that will save my childhood love. Okay, hop on my back. Let's go to the barn. Like, but
Second of
vandalize
all,
government property to save my daughter? I got nothing left. Let's do it.
and,
Sheesh.
and to the little boy, like this is a robot we're talking about. How this robot should weigh a lot, wouldn't you think?
Oh my god, yes. This bothered me too, Sinful.
I actually hadn't thought about that. Now that you say it, but she is like child-sized robot.
I
How
mean,
much pumped is he if he can put her up? Like, what the fuck?
Rick
I
is
don't know.
dead.
Rick is totally pumped.
Unless they've invented super light technology, like bones for your robots and stuff like that.
Ooh, yes, like nanotechnology shit or something.
Yeah, some sort of shit. But yeah. But I mean, overall, like I kind of like how we all reached the conclusion that this book was just not easy to speak about, because like each one of us, like perhaps maybe the author's goal was to make it so each person has their own like they're reading their own story in their head, like depending on like who they are as a person.
Which is actually why I think it is like a masterclass. Because I feel like a good book, or like a book that's above other books, is one where like when I talk about it with other people, I'm like, oh, like I had my own experience that's like different than yours. And I had my own set of like questions and thoughts. So I feel like that's why it probably got on the page of like the Nobel Prize cabal, like whoever's choosing these awards. But like, yeah, I think that is why I'd argue it's like it's above other book experiences that I've had.
Yeah, it's no Wheel of Time, but it is. I agree with you.
I
I think
was
that it's
waiting.
great.
I was waiting for that. I was like,
Jeez.
it's been 40 minutes and Jared hasn't mentioned Wheel of Time. Like, what's going on?
That's I feel that's because Toxic mentioned it real quick, so kind of like
Yeah, you all know that you're behind on the book on our secret Wheel of Time book club, so I didn't need to make sure you did.
There's a
I just want to
second
say
book club that we're not invited to. I love this.
it was really
You're
hard for me to
invited, you
read.
just didn't want to come.
It was hard for me to read Clara and the Sun and not reading Wheel of Time. I just want to notice this.
Yeah,
This
because it's
gonna be
not. It
acknowledged.
wasn't fun. Like Wheel
I
of
think.
Time was like fun.
Oh,
For
I
what it's
don't
worth,
know. No, Dana, you need
Toxic
to
is
do.
currently in the least fun stretch of Wheel
Yeah,
of Time,
yeah.
where like the madness is the strong.
And
Is
that's getting
Rand
very.
even more insufferable than he already was?
Oh my God, Rand is having the time of his life with 3 girls at the same time. Just
Oh, shit.
damn,
Okay.
son. Okay,
Rand
right.
Rand is
To be
living
fair,
his life.
never strictly speaking the exact same time, for what it's worth. Though
I
all
don't know,
three
Jared.
are on
Jared,
board
we
and
can.
down.
Jared, we can talk about this after the
I
book
mean,
club,
up
but
through
I
book
have a
9. I
very
meant up through book 9,
strong
of course.
opinion on this because in the moment they have this they have connected their feelings. You know what I mean? When they are in
Bonded, yeah.
when they're bonded and they can feel what he's doing with the other girls. This is too much, dude. Like, this is totally too much.
Whoa. That's like,
This
you
is
need to
crazy.
be strongly polyamorous to be cool with
Yes.
that, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, the
But
Aiel
I wonder
are
if the
very
author was like
polyamorous.
writing his fantasy or something.
No,
totally,
I'll
totally
explain
he
this.
did it.
Apparently at one point in an interview, Robert Jordan explained that in his youth, like in his 20s, like he was casually dating, very honest with these women, like, hey, just so you know, like, you know, I'm still seeing Daniel, and these 2 friends he happened to date were like, you know what, we're gonna share him. So he had 2 girlfriends, like they
I'm
just
sorry,
agreed.
what?
Yeah, Robert Jordan had 2 women who just agreed that
It's
yeah,
wild.
Okay. So
you
he
guys
just
choose
Did you
rolled
see-
a nat 20. What the fuck?
So his logic was, he's like, well, if I can have 2 girlfriends, Rand can have 3. Is like verbatim the direct quote from Robert Jordan.
He
Oh
is
my god.
pregnant at all. But let's please come back to Clara and the Sun because Jared
Yes,
has mentioned a very, very interesting thing a few minutes ago that I would like to get in. Because Jared, you said that Clara is giving something very human to the other people, like to the mother and to Rick, with he's giving them hope when they don't have hope as humans. And I think maybe this is what the book is about. That an AI is explaining hope and religion to others.
Aww.
But
I
I
like
don't
this
know.
optimistic take a lot. Yeah, like when all ooh, oh my god, like everything changed in my head. Cause like that's a great I kind of was only looking at this book as like pessimistic and makes me sad, but like you're right. At the end of the day, maybe AI is the way that like humans can survive because it can fix problems for us and give us
Yeah.
hope.
But
Yeah, we say this.
But isn't meaningless hope, like false hope, a bad thing in its own way?
This is really
Stop
deep.
asking good questions, Jared.
Because like at the river, like the mom asked Clara to act like Josie would, to sit how she would,
Oh my God,
and
yes.
speak how Josie would, exactly, and like yeah.
This was so
Yeah.
strange.
Super creepy.
That was the most uncomfortable scene for me in the whole book, and I actually put it at I wasn't reading audiobook, but in my like rating, I was like, okay, I got to do this at 1.5 speed because I'm so uncomfortable.
You know what?
actually
What I
reading?
think? Sorry.
Was you were actually reading and you weren't audiobooking this time, Master?
No, because I don't know. It felt like a book that I would want to have like physically, and I think
Wait,
that's still true.
Wait, was I the only one who was reading it as a book and not hearing the audiobook?
No. You and Master Wayne were
Yeah.
both
Okay,
readers.
okay, good.
The men
Good.
took the easy way out.
Okay.
And to be fair, though, the lady who read
Classic
it,
man. Just
Yes.
kidding.
she had such a sadness in her voice the entire time. It was
Yeah.
like wild. how melancholy her tone was. Like, from the very beginning, I was sad immediately.
I was listening to it at 2.5 speed.
Mew!
It could have, yeah, because of how depressing she sounded, that like you could speed it up and she sounded normal. Like it was.
My God! You speed running Claire in the Sun.
So yes, yes. I was speed running depression. But like, okay, so is it fucked up that I honestly thought that the whole like going to the waterfall scene thing was gonna turn super dark, and like when the mom
Yes.
when the mom was like, well, it did turn dark, but in like a weird way. But like I was thinking, like when the mom was like, you know
Something bad is
what,
gonna happen.
since you want to come to the waterfall, how about you come with me? Josie stays. And then like they both go. I thought the
Mm.
mom was gonna push fucking Clara into the
Yeah.
waterfall
I
or some
also
shit.
thought this.
Okay, so I'm not a fucked up person.
No,
I
I was like, this is an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
I had a thought that I didn't have when I was reading the book, but that's occurring me now when we're talking about it. So this passage was totally about trespassing boundaries, like boundaries that we have with other humans, boundaries that we need to have with AI and stuff like this. And the whole scene, I was expecting that the mother, I don't know why, I was expecting that she's gonna harass Clara. Like, I don't know, I had this weird feeling that
Kind
this
of
is
like
gonna end.
the party scene.
I don't know. I had a feeling that something, I don't know, maybe she getting harassed by her in a sexual way. This is what I was feeling, because it was so straight over boundaries, and maybe this is what the book is about in the end, to talk about boundaries, how we need to, I don't know, maybe respect them, because the whole thing with the painter dude is totally is not okay.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
here's the thing. We all thought that the thing with the painter dude was gonna be not okay, but in a totally different way. But it
yes,
was not
yes,
okay in a, what came out to be. We thought he was a fucking
yeah,
pervert.
yeah. The book is totally playing with this exception of that something, maybe even pervert, is gonna happen, because maybe this is the style of the author to bring us over our own boundaries. I don't know, but
The
it
way that
felt really
so I
strange.
the
guess
way that the other robot warned Clara, like, watch out for
Yeah,
Josie when around him and blah blah blah.
yeah. Oh my God, do you mean is the person how is she called?
The
The
housekeeper wasn't
housekeeper.
also a robot. Yeah, no, she wasn't.
She was also,
Melania,
oh my God, I
Melania
didn't.
was no, she wasn't. She wasn't. She
Oh,
was
she
a human.
wasn't?
She wasn't.
Oh, I thought she
No,
was a Melania, I think it was called. Melania
yeah.
Housekeeper. I think maybe I
Yeah,
thought she was a robot because like every time she was referred to, it was Melania Housekeeper. It wasn't like Melania.
Yeah, I could see how you could, like, in a world where you have artificial friends, how would you not also have artificial housekeepers? I think Melania was just a, like, like the father, not, genetically engineered. So that's why she got, like, second class citizen treatment. That
and
makes
so
wait,
it
I
fucking rich
have
was that
world.
family, dude.
I have something on Melania Housekeeper. The only bright spot in the book for me was when the housekeeper was like, "No, you stay in the room. You prevent hanky panky." And then Clara was like, "I need to prevent hanky panky." And both Josie and Rick were like, "Girl, we're not gonna have sex. Like, you can leave." So I was like,
we're
"Thank you, finally some humor."
we're 12. We're not.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, you're getting a little ahead of yourselves. We're practically brother and sister. We've just got this crazy plan. In fact, when they
I
talk
think,
about hanky, that's like the only thing they bring. He even mentions, like, well, we're kind of concerned. We're like, we know each other too well to.
you got wrecked.
Did we
Did
lose
I get
Jared at
rugged?
the very end? Yeah, at the very end of your sentence.
Oh, I was saying they were like, the only when they discussed any kind of actual sexuality, they were basically just like, we know each other too well. We were concerned we won't be able to have hanky panky because we're like brother and sister. Was like the vibe they gave.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Dude.
Man, isn't it crazy how like a book could bring us all together, and it wasn't even like a significant story. It was like, yeah, kind of weird, but like it wasn't like anything crazy. But we're like over here sitting down digesting it, like the setting, the the morals behind it, what it could mean.
I mean, it was kind of crazy, but like the least like graphic crazy. Because I do think maybe you're right that they did intentionally set up parallels of like a potential pedo diddler painter with the like act of recreating one's
Well,
soon to
wait,
be
wait, wait.
deceased daughter. That is
My
equally
thought,
violating.
that's literally what I was about to say, is like when you were saying that toxic, I was like, well, maybe it is perverted. Like maybe it is perverted to like duplicate. I don't know. Like that's like and maybe it's not like sexually perverted, but it's some sort of like deeply
Yeah,
human perversion.
yeah. Like this whole book gave me such a feeling of discomfort. I don't even know why, but like serious discomfort while reading it. Jeez, I don't know how I would handle Clara in a when we reach this stage of AI friends. I don't know how I will.
Well, I
I think
mean,
I'm gonna be manager and I'm gonna be like going through the junkyard and adopting all of the forgotten robots. Like I think that's what I'm gonna do.
It
yeah,
it is
but
kind of
isn't it?
weird to think that lady now just goes around the junkyards looking for old AFs. Like that's a weird.
I,
Like how is that her life now?
is it bad that I also thought that manager was a robot?
No,
I thought
because I
too.
also thought this.
Okay,
No,
okay,
I
but
didn't.
but
You guys are weird. I
uh,
don't see how you got that.
until like the very end when she's like, "Do you want to come with me?" and Claire's like, "Nah, I'm good where I am." Like what? Oh, Clara, one of a kind, one of a kind. That's for sure. Good
Really
What
one
do
of
they
AF.
the
call
kind.
it? Yeah.
She
Sweet.
sh- she deserves like what's the AF
Spirit-
version of being cremated?
Yes, I like this.
Like
No,
being
but like her
recycled.
ending, do you guys actually think it was a happy ending? I don't think it was happy.
I
No.
mean, it was happy, like in the perspective of Josie, in the perspective of the boy. I forget his name again. Can't remember
Rick.
about like Rick. Yes, I can't remember about like mom or maybe Rick's mom, or Josie's dad.
Same.
But like Josie being alive, obviously they should have some sort of happiness to them. Uh, but in the point of view of the robot, like, and which was the point of view we were on, it was I don't know, kind of depressing, but also she didn't seem to have any feelings towards it, like almost like she was fulfilled in accomplishing her AF duties.
Mm.
I guess
Yeah,
that's true.
it
Like
was less
because
sad than
manager
we all
asked.
thought it would be.
Yeah, manager had asked like, oh, so what happened? Like, did you stay with your family? And she was like, yeah, I stayed with the same family that bought me the entire time. Josie grew up and went to college, and yeah, I was no longer needed. And so she was like, so that was a successful friendship or whatever, like AF
But even if
experience.
she's not, but even if she's not longer needed, I think, don't you want to, I don't know, keep the artificial friend to at least do some house chores? Like, okay, I get it, she's no longer needed as a friend, but she can do, I don't know,
Hmm.
like
Well,
doing house chores and stuff like this.
that's
Mow the lawn,
That's what brings me to kind of like the Detroit Become Human kind of setting, because like in that setting they're using these AIs as like assistants, or like if you're a police officer, like a partner, or housekeeper, whatever. Like they're like
Hmm.
multifaceted, where like even if you're a child that just received like this friend, I figured you'd be able to grow with it, and then eventually it'd be like your assistant, and it'd come around with you and help you with stuff and
Well, like she
Yeah.
Mm.
died pretty quickly after. Like I don't understand how the mom thought it was a practical plan to have Josie Clara replace Josie, since like Clara didn't
OMG,
like live that much
true.
longer. Like it just was also just a bad plan for like how to find solace in the death of your daughter. Because really, she would have just had to
Mm.
watch her daughter die twice in pretty short order. Now, damn, that's even more depressing.
We're like, damn.
This book was so wrong on so many levels. Oh my god.
I couldn't tell if the mom actually wanted it or not.
The mom is
Dude,
insane.
But like, I don't know. I was getting like regret from her a little bit.
She did. She was regretting. Like it seemed like she had been going along with it with like the hope of, because like she had mentioned it to Clara. I think it was like in the car that like if she goes through another death of her child, she can't handle it. Like do it for me. Like
Mm.
so in a way she wasn't pleading for Josie. She was pleading for herself. Like
Mm.
so so it kind of became more about mom than anything, and actually dad too, because and I think in the conversation that dad had with Claire, like he mentioned it, like he's like, yeah, I'm a little more heartless to all this because of the engineer in me, but I forget Josie's mom's name, but she is more she's more connected to like the old ways of love or whatever, like you know. So she had regrets.
I think
yeah, I
it's
mean,
good that she had regrets. Like, I think this,
same.
for me, this feels like a huge betrayal between mother and daughter. Like, on the one hand, she wanted to get Josie, um, that she's getting healthy again and stuff like this. And I understand, yeah, her first daughter died, and this kind of, I don't know, this broke up something in her, and so she can't be maybe the good mother that she wants to be. But bringing a robot into the house, saying, "Okay, Josie, this is now your friend," but with having in mind that this robot is going to replace her, this feels like such a huge betrayal, you know? Like,
Yes. I
yeah,
actually, this is a point in the book that it frustrates me that we didn't, like, we never got to hear how Josie feels about any of that. And I was
yeah,
so
yeah.
frustrated by that.
Maybe what I'm thinking is maybe Josie noticed it because she seems to be very aware how her mother is as a person. So maybe I'm thinking maybe she knew it because she's getting more and more away from Clara because maybe she's noticing strange things happening. And I think the whole thing to take Clara to the waterfalls because you know uh, from the perspective of a person that's much sick themselves, like with my chronic illness, I feel it very much that you need to sleep much and that this feeling that you sometimes let other people down because you just can't you just are weaker than others and stuff like this, and that the mother was pushing this so hard on Josie. This really, I don't know.
Okay, in this way, like,
This,
I don't know a lot
Amazon.
about psychology. It was odd.
yeah,
You
um,
have to use the key. I'm sorry.
you're very
uh,
you're not very loud for me, Jared.
Because
no,
I
he's
was
doing a
quietly.
delivery. No, but toxic, this is, I don't know a lot about like psychology, but in this way specifically, I was like, Josie is parentified as fuck. Like
Hmm.
she's kind of the parent in some ways to
Hmm.
her mom,
Yeah,
like pacifying her
surely.
mom, going along with it. Like, that I was like,
Asking your chick side to promise to you that you will get healthy again. This is so cruel because I would say, of course, Josie wants to get healthy. This is, of course, why wouldn't she not want to be healthy? And she want to see those waterfalls. And she is, of course, she's a child. She's promising uh, that she's healthy and everything. And then the mother just saying, yeah, how could you do this? Telling me that you're not that you're feeling well while you're not feeling well. You're getting a lesson now, and I take some AI to the waterfalls instead of you. This was like so cruel. Like no mother should do this. Never. No person
Yeah, but
should
I
do
think
this.
it's a reasonable reflection of the selfish flaws in people and the
Mm,
like shitty choices you can make as a parent.
yeah.
Man, you would have thought I stole that old man's mail the way I told him, no, you can't. Because I mean, like, if you see, those cluster boxes of like apartment complexes of like, so like they call those CBUs. And then
Yes,
it's
yes,
like,
yes, yes.
yeah, like a 4 of these in a row. They're all open because they're trying to like it's this golf course. So it's just a bunch of rich people who like drive by here. But this old man's like, oh, I'm number 8, and starts reaching. I'm just like, sorry, so you can't just grab mail. You need like a key to open it. I'm sure you're not stealing, but like technically, I'll get in trouble if I just let any old person walk over here and go, yep, that one's mine.
It's so
Fuck off.
crazy that you're delivering on a Sunday. In Germany, we could never.
Yeah, well, that's because you guys have some amount of worker protection and don't want to let Amazon dictate your entire life. Whereas here in the U.S., we're
Yeah,
slowly succumbing to corporate insanity, for lack
I
of a
think there
better
should.
term.
I think there must need to be a day, at least one in a week. You know, you're not that important that you need to get your post every day. I think so.
Yeah, no,
This
that's
is
for
just my
regular
European mind.
The regular carriers get that one day. Me as the PTF, the part-time flex sub fill-in with no protection. They sold out the like newbies so that the old people who started can have their day off. Basically, is what happened. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I don't.
You're already
It's fine.
living in a dystopian.
Yeah, it's fine. You just gotta work there for the next 15 years, and then you'll be in their position, and then you'll be
Jeez.
Yeah.
able to get your day off.
Yeah. Because then I'll be able to screw over some poor.
No, this is bad
No.
karma.
Yeah. I mean, I
This is
won't.
really
I don't
dark,
plan on
everything.
it. But that is like, yeah. But okay, I guess this person's not going to
Oh,
get their package, so they can wait till tomorrow.
we need to read a book next month that's uplifting. I just want to notice this.
Yeah, well, you get to pick next month's book, I think.
That's what I was gonna say.
What
Yeah,
sheesh. Okay.
despite the fact that you got to pick Mew's book, he technically was picking that book. So,
hmm.
Yes. It was
but maybe you
what
wanted to be nice and you could let Mew pick a book. I don't know. Maybe
I
he's
would
ready
say,
to pick.
Mew, you once talked about a book, and sorry that I'm so dumb, but it was something about sports. I think basketball, right?
No. You know what? Wait. I don't think. No. I don't think that.
If you want to read it with us, I would be very, very happy to read it with you all.
Well, let's just say that all of you will come out winning. No. It's more of a motivational book, and it talks about Kobe than anything.
We'll read whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it were up to me, and if I were picking, I'd start Toxic's new addiction, which would be the Stormlight
Stormlight.
Archives. Yes.
What? Sorry, I didn't understand this.
It's another fantasy series.
That you.
Oh my god, no!
That you.
We can't
That
start
would
with
be.
another.
It'd be like your new addiction to. There's a bunch of books.
Oh my god!
And
Oh my
then.
god! I need to finish Wheel of Time. My mental health is so struggling because I can't finish it. I would love to finish Wheel of Time in this month, but I think I need like 2 more months and then I'm finished.
Here's
And
what
I'm
you do, Toxic. Here's the power move.
Mental
Rand is
capacity.
having the fun of his life. I just
You
say
pick
he's
The
getting.
Great Hunt to be the book of the month, so they have to read book 2 of Wheel of Time, and then you can just keep reading Wheel of Time.
Jared's like screaming with joy right now.
We're on.
Maybe
Everyone
Jared, you're not wrong. If we make a pact, and every time Jared and I are we are the ones who are choosing, maybe we could finish Wheel of Time together in 2 years. But
about that time.
I just talked with M and with Tenpoko earlier because they are very interested in the book club, and they kind of want to join us. And I just told them that I'm not sure who's gonna choose
Get
the
in
next book.
here.
And they said, I think Tenpoko want to read, and M is more like the audiobook listener too. So I think this would be a very good add-on for our group here.
Oh, this reminds me, Master, you should know that yesterday in Decentraland chat, Toxic let her true feelings about audiobooks out, and she says it's
Oh,
cheating.
I saw. I was attacked yesterday by Toxic.
I felt so bad, but I only attacked because Jared is driving me nuts lately in the Central End. Just did you notice?
But I would say,
He's calling himself toxic.
So hold up. So Jared drives you crazy, so you attack
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, attack everyone. Sorry.
That is a very toxic trait. You might have named yourself appropriately after all.
Oh my god! I'm getting harassed with my own name. Like, oh my god, that sorry, sinful, of course. But I don't see. Okay, so yeah, reading a book is different than listening to the audiobook. So I said it again. And I feel bad.
No. You said it nicer this time. Yesterday, I think what did she say? Like, listening to the audio a book doesn't count as reading a book or something like that.
She called it full on cheating.
Yes,
and
cheating.
She was like, very aggressive, and she was like, "There, I got it. I said it." It was
I see.
And I was over there
Yeah.
and I was like sitting there in the corner on like Pikachu face, like. Like,
Oh my god, sinful! I feel so bad. Sorry. Oh my god. This was totally in Jared's direction. See, Jared, this is driving the community crazy at this point. Give me my name back.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we should try to think of a book that we want to all read together. Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
there's always the fallback book, which is like probably should have been one of the first books we read, like the Ready Player One.
Ready Player Me, yeah, Jing.
Like we could always go, and there's two of those, so like that we haven't hit.
The second one starts so weird, I can't get into it. It's very, I don't know, it's weird. Ready Player 2 is weird.
Well, it's like you're talking about the beginning of it, correct? Like the setting, like the setting of it. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it just picks up like probably a few months after the first book ends, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm just gonna say he's going through it because of reasons.
Wait, I'm intrigued because of reasons.
Yes, because of reasons.
Sounds like Ready Player One might be a great selection. I have listened to that audio tape twice already. I'll listen to it a third time.
I would but
as we know, it doesn't count, and now you have to read the book.
This is getting expensive. Toxic takes skills no sympathy for me. Oh, you had to buy another book? I'm 14 books in, motherfuckers.
We should get a huge, robust like book club going, and then be able to like pitch to like Barnes and Noble or some shit to like sponsor our books for.
Oh my god, give us book for free, please.
Yes, give us book for free. Give us audio book for free. Like that must cost them, or must cost whoever's producing them nothing.
Way less. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I like this plan. Let's
I was asking
club sponsored.
Maybe Audible.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like local libraries, because we're a public good. So I feel like a library would like us, but I don't know.
I'm sorry. How are we a public good?
Good. We're public good.
Public treasure.
Yeah, we're national treasure. What are you talking about?
Fair enough. You're right. That was on me. I was wrong. Obviously that made perfect sense. I apologize for doubting our public good-naturedness.
How? Let's see. This must be book club. Oh, I'm reading in chat. Hey, welcome, Zionic. That's how you say his name, right?
That's how I say it in my head. I hope that's how he says it. Isn't it Zionic?
We should start putting like pronunciations next to our names.
Yeah, because those are easy to read. Though, like, oh, I don't know how to say an upside down backwards E. Okay, that's on me.
This is true.
What sound does it make? Is it like the upside down version of what an E sound is?
Yeah, it's like is that how you say a softie? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I'm dyslexic. I got ADHD. I didn't go to a nice school like Master Wayne.
You
So
rolled a nat 20. Good for you.
not me. You. We can't all be, sorority sisters. Okay, some of us have to do the dishes at the local, you know,
Can't,
Domino's. I guess.
can't you do the
Okay,
dishes at the sorority place?
I was my like job was like a what's it called? A tour guide person
Oh, nice.
on
Oh,
campus.
you must have been the best. You
No,
must have been the best. Oh my god.
it was so like no. But what I was gonna say about the sorority thing, I would not do it again. It's a waste of fucking money. They like pitch it to you like, oh, alumni network, you'll get a job. Sisterhood is forever. And as soon as you graduate, nobody gives a fuck. It's such a waste of money.
Hmm.
Sounds like
Well, like
that's good. I'm good. Good.
it
Sounds like you're
seems
giving
like,
me the good news here. I didn't
but
waste money on a
but then it
sorority.
seems like the frat bros are doing all right. They're like every time like I talk to like someone I went to high school with that was in a fraternity, they're like, "Oh yeah, like my frat bro, his dad is a billionaire and he just like, just gave me his company and now I'm like a business owner and I'm making 12 quadrillion dollars a
Oh, to
year."
be a man in the world. Sounds
I
nice.
was his bro, man. We like tag team a squirrel one day. It was in international water, so then it's not illegal.
We tag teamed a squirrel.
I
Yeah.
want to know
That is
what this
actually
means.
also what I assume they do in France.
Squirrel speak.
It's a,
Toxic, do you know what a squirrel is?
A
Like, I know the
squirrel?
animal, but if it's in the water, what are we
Eichhörnchen?
talking about?
oh god.
I'm thinking of a squirrel. Isn't this a rat with a big tail, like
Yeah.
a tree
Yeah,
rat?
This is
yes.
what I'm picturing.
Yes. Yes.
It's also, I
Wait,
guess, a name for sorority girls, I assume. That's
I,
also what you
oh
would.
my God, what?
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
uh, uh,
Sorry, honestly, I was inappropriate. I'd like to apologize on behalf of all the sorority women here. You are.
Right? How did I go through a sorority and I didn't know that that's what we were called? That's crazy.
Well, because,
I
like,
don't
you
know
were,
what you're
like,
talking about.
practically married the whole
different
time.
times, different times.
You've been basically
No, but
married
this
to
is
your
actually
mistress the
true.
whole time. So that's
Yeah.
why you don't know, because they're like, oh, well, like, we're not going to take her to the squirrel party because she's a nice lady with her man. Did you guys go to the same college? Did you, like, do college separate? That's totally different conversation. That's not appropriate for book club. Never mind. I don't need to know the answer to these questions.
You want lore? I'm happy to give you lore. We did go to the same college, but I was like not interested in it. And then I just like really liked the college. So you didn't go for him, okay?
Yeah, sure, totally not. No, no, no. Definitely didn't go to the same school for him. You just let a man dictate your whole life.
You
How?
know, like the typical oh
It's fine.
ew.
Yeah, you're not passing the Bechdel test with this one, but it's cool. It's fine. It's fine. It worked out.
The best of
Yeah,
it.
as long as it works out.
Yeah. Hopefully, he's a nice boy.
Well, this sorority talk is definitely concluding our talk of Clara
Oh
and the sun. No, not yet.
no. if Josie got to college, she probably was in a sorority. That's how this all ties in.
Oh,
Duh, she
absolutely,
was
for sure.
rich. Josie's
Yeah,
obviously rich.
yeah. Everyone who got genetically modified was already indoctrinated into sorority life. That was like just a given. Yeah.
I
Wait,
Greg
this is a
just became
really,
a
really
bastard.
random thought, but something else that I like that we didn't see in this book that I thought was like missing was the like body augmentation with AI or robots or something. Like the chroming up Mew in Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
I was like waiting to hear like about guys getting like big muscles. Like Rick eventually, like he didn't get lifted, but he like gets big muscles or something, and like that never happened, which was I feel like missing.
It
Well,
is weird they went straight to gene altering things and not one like just more basic, like, hey, like we took to jump higher with like these extra pistons.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Agree, that is a little odd. Now that you've pointed it out.
well, I
Bastards. How
mean,
dare they?
I would also like to think like it didn't seem like it was too far in the future. Like there were still cars. You still had to drive on roads and shit. Like
Mhm.
like
Yeah, they
it.
weren't even that self-driving cars either, were
Yeah,
they? Yeah,
no,
that's
no.
weird actually.
So like I
Honestly,
feel
it shouldn't have won a prize because of how bad their future is.
I feel like it could even be like a setting, like a 2030 setting. Like, let's say, like if we were gonna put it into our own timeline of like how technologically advanced they seemed to be.
So
Okay,
when
so
so when
now that you go.
So when Clara saw, it just occurred to me, we never talked about the homeless dude and his dog. Because, like, I feel like there were two instances. Like, one time it was clear homeless guy was just drunk and then, like, got taken care of by, like, a cop or something. But the time that she
Mhm.
saw the homeless man and the dog sitting there stationary, but then they were revived by the sun. Were they just sleeping that time? Like, did she just see them sleeping and then think, oh, the sun saved their lives? Because she didn't understand the concept of sleep? Because I feel like she would understand sleep if she's supposed to just be able to relate to a human at all.
Hmm. Damn, now I'm questioning.
I don't know the answer. Jared, stop asking good questions.
Fair enough. I tried to Google like what smarter people thought this book was about and meant, but there were like I didn't do like a super in-depth one. I did not find a lot of good answers. It was just like this book's about just the love of life and what loving life is about. I'm like, I don't think that's what it's about. That's
Ooh,
I mean,
like maybe a
no.
little bit
Oh,
that,
wait,
there's
wait,
a
but
wait, wait,
little
wait.
bit of that, but I don't know. It's
I
deeper
had a
thinking.
thought
Go.
because Mia was like saying how it's a 2030. Now that we've all read it, when 2030 comes around, we need to reassess like was this accurate?
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
I
I'm willing to agree to re-listen to it in 2030. Deal.
I won't re-listen, but I will read some notes on it. Nah. I'll come back. I'll be in the conversation.
There is a movie in the works as directed by
We saw
Taika
this.
Waititi, um, and then the girl who played Wednesday, I believe, is going to be the person who plays Clara. It's like in the current iteration, movies about books often will never go anywhere or then get like hung up. But currently, Tita Waititi, I can never say his damn name, and the lady who plays Wednesday, whose name I just can't remember, they are.
I am fascinated that he's directing this.
I agree. I'm curious where he intends on inserting himself with his voice because he does love to be in his own movies.
Yes. And like I feel like I've only ever seen him do like fantastic humor adaptations, and this is like not funny at all.
I agree. I can't. I'm not. I'm sure I'm forgetting some of his work, but everything that comes to mind is like weird, silly vampire TV show,
Yes.
Marvel movies.
Yes. That like he made Marvel funny. So I'm like, what? Also, when I saw his name, I was like, I wonder if he read this book and was like, people just need to know. Like this is like a passion project.
Yeah, I don't know what his motivation would have been to do this movie.
So to your comment, Jared, does that mean the
Oh,
Wheel of Time show is bad?
Um, yeah, no, it's pretty awful if you're like really into the books. It's really I'm excited for Toxic to finish the book so she can watch the show so that we can then see all the different ways they've ruined the books. Because like the show isn't bad. I think it wouldn't be bad if you didn't know the books existed. If you were just like, oh, this is
my
cool.
brother's take is like they tried to make it palatable.
See, no, honestly, what happened to the show was a lot of just the COVID boned them. So like They couldn't have a lot of extras on set, so that kind of ruined some grandeur of scenes. Then a lot of actor-related stuff. So like the guy who was cast to play Matt and played him in like the first season or maybe even the first two, he ended up like dropping out like just before they went to shoot the second season. So like instead of them doing the correct plot from The Great Hunt, the second book, where like the three of them are together most of the time, the character who plays Matt just goes, actually, I'm going to just vanish for a little bit and do something completely different and unrelated. So like, and they just had to like work around the obstacle of the actor being gone. And like, that's not the only thing. They also made some insane changes. Like in the first episode, there are changes that are just crazy. Like they're all a little bit older because it's just easier that way. They're not like teens and like 18-year-olds. So like parents married and he's just the blacksmith as opposed to being the apprentice. And it's just he like kills his wife in the opening, like the Trolloc attack on. It's just crazy. Like
Do
It's the
that.
Trollocs.
they murdered Perrin's character worse than any character. Like every season, there's a thing where you're just like, I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. They're getting better. It's getting back on track. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. And then you're like, what the fuck did they just do? Perrin? No. Why? Not that. Not my boy.
Such a
How could you murder my
sweetie.
boy? Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like why.
Why, well, he killed his wife on accident. It was like in the heat of battle and confusion. It wasn't like he just murdered her, but it was just like, but it was so needless. There was just no good
Like,
reason.
why give him trauma like that? Come on.
No, it was. So there's just so many little changes, but and like, yeah, but it's. I do think it would be good if, and they also like made Moraine and the Amerlin seat like super overtly like a lesbian couple. Like in the books, like if you read the prequel, there's like a couple like little passing lines where they're like, oh yeah, like they were pillow friends when they were novices, and like, but like they just
History
made them
will say that they're just
Pillow
friends.
friends.
yeah, but like they made them a full-on just lesbian couple, and like, and it's just so many just little changes of things, and like it's just weird, and you can tell like most of it is just the like some executive at Amazon being like, it'd be cooler if this happened, or like and you're just like that's insane. Okay, but yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, sorry, I think we were talking about something else before we started talking about how bad that show was. But yes, the show is bad for the most part, but in like a kind of enjoyable, like watching something you love get
It's
murdered in like a fascinating way.
it's bad in an enjoyable way. Got it.
Yeah, like I'm hoping they get more seasons, but right now it is also the last season that just aired was actually like the second best rated season of fantasy television, I believe, after like the fourth season of
Wait,
Game of
shit.
Thrones. But like I think that's mostly because the actual book fans have stopped watching, so it's just TV show fans like enjoying it. But it's like, but the lead actor who plays Rand recently like posted on Instagram like like please sign this petition to get the show like renewed, which is not a good sign. Not a good sign for
So
a show.
cringe.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
not. That's a bad sign if the lead actor is like, like listen, like it's already the best rated thing on IMDb. Like if that's not good enough for the executives, it doesn't matter how many people sign this petition, bro. It's dead.
This is a random tangent, but this is like how I feel about any like video game IP that gets like snatched up to be a show. I'm like, oh my god. Like with The Last of Us, I was like, you better not fuck this up. Like I love this IP
I,
so much.
I've heard they've really fucked it up.
I'm
I've
gonna be
heard.
honest, I enjoyed the first season. I really enjoyed the first season. I don't know
Okay,
if anyone else feels that way, but like I
I did
think it
not watch.
actually added richness in certain ways to the show. But like the Zelda movie that's coming out, I'm like, oh my god, I I will still pay. I will still see it, but please don't fuck it up.
It feels like it should be really hard to mess up a Zelda movie. I feel like that should be something
You
would be
know, you would think.
fairly easy to do justice to and do well. But maybe I have just too much faith in these monsters. Because like at its core, Zelda is just boy finds magic sword, boy saves princess from monster. Like it shouldn't be that hard. Like, it depends, like, which one. Because, like, honestly, if I was to make a Zelda book, I would just go back to my favorite Zelda game, the original for the NES. That's the best one. I know that's a controversial take, but that's the best Zelda for sure. Just keep it simple. Don't do any linking to the past. No time travel. Just boy finds sword. Boy kills 5 types of monsters.
I totally
and then
agree.
boy kills Grogan. What's the G? Ganon. There we go.
I
Boy
was gonna
kills
give it to you. I'm proud of you for remembering. No, I agree. Like with any adaptation, just like keep it simple, give us what we want, and like then we'll all be happy.
Yeah. We're not asking for too much. Just let us be happy.
That sounds like too much.
Yeah,
No, you wouldn't think. You wouldn't think.
You wouldn't think, but they think.
No, but just to like tie this up because yeah, I'm doing. Are any of you doing Mother's Day things? Toxic. I don't think Mother's Day is happening in Germany right now.
Oh, it is happening.
Oh, it is.
It
Okay.
is,
Or may
it
have
is really
happened
big
yesterday.
also. I think it's like in the USA as well. Like when you have a mother, you get her some flowers and some presents, I think.
Yeah.
no, you don't have to do it. You can just not do it. Actually, it's totally fine.
Jared, I'm waiting for my flowers. No, but what I was gonna
Sorry,
say.
Metaverse Mom.
What was I
Don't
gonna
tell
say?
Metaverse Dad.
Yeah, don't
Happy
tell
mother,
Finn. Okay.
Happy Mother's Day, Dana.
um, I have a piece because I'm making bolognese for fam that's coming over in like 20 minutes. But we're reading Ready Player One. That's what we all decided. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just messaged with M and Tank Poco, and I think they are on board for our next meeting.
Let's
Ready Player
go.
One. Yay!
Yay.
Oh,
We need to
well,
get them to sign a smart contract that they won't bail.
yeah.
Oh well. Okay. Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Good luck with your bolognese.
So, Jared, do you need you.